Up to date on the latest town meetings, we cover Board of Public Works, Planning Board, and Board of Library Trustees. Also coming up, the Fire Department and Council on Aging team up for an upcoming fundraiser and safety presentation. The details just ahead. And later, town events from community yoga to painting with a twist and library programs, we've got you covered. Those stories and much more ahead on ELCAT News Update. Thanks for tuning in to ELCAT News Update. I'm Courtney Ingalls. We begin the show with our weekly meeting recap. Going in order, we review the January 17th Board of Public Works meeting. First on the agenda, Superintendent's Report. Robert Parent, DPW Superintendent, talks snow and ice budget, water and sewer updates, and much more.
First item I have is our monthly budget update, and I'll just note that we're seeing very similar trends as we've seen in previous months. I did highlight the snow and ice budget, given that we had such an extraordinary year last year, whereas at this time of year we had really very few events that we responded to. This year we've responded to a couple events, nothing major, but with the duration of the events, in a couple of cases, we've incurred a decent amount of overtime. We've also utilized a pretty good amount of salt, keeping the roads safe and clear for the drivers. So, you know, we are at about 50% of our budget through the end of this month, which is a budget that, as we all know, is set probably at the absolutely best case scenario when there are very few years, if any years, that we typically stay below it. Last year we were close. We're doing okay for this time of year right now, but we'll see what the rest of the year has in store for us. I think at the last meeting I talked a little bit about some changes that Springfield Water and Sewer Commission had made relative to their treatment practices and chlorination practices in particular. I did meet with the new water systems operator at Springfield Water and Sewer Commission last week prior to that press release coming out. And their position is they're trying to be more proactive relative to managing the water quality from a standpoint of having any bacteria or coliform issues that might occur in the water supply as water travels through pipes or stays stagnant to the pipes. So they are taking a different practice and they're increasing the chlorine levels, the disinfectant levels in their system intentionally to provide a higher degree of protection of problems not happening downstream. You know, certainly it's a good goal. What it does mean is it has two impacts on us and other communities. In our case, the impact on us is one, what's referred to as taste and odor. Basically, people, you know, can smell the chlorine, they can taste the chlorine at a higher level than they might be used to tasting it and smelling it. That primarily impacts what's referred to as the low service side of town, which is the part of town that receives water directly from Springfield. And that's roughly everybody to the west of Elm Street and to the north of Chestnut Street. Those are the residents and the customers that receive water without any additional treatment by East Long Meadow directly from Springfield. Once we put that water through our Chestnut Street pumping station and treat that with additional chemicals, the chlorine is still there, but it's treated with a chemical that negates the smell and odor of the odor and the taste of the chlorine somewhat. So it's actually less noticeable in the high service area than the low service area. The second impact that change has on us is the higher level of chlorine in the water, the more potential there is to form secondary compounds from the chlorine interacting with other things in the water. So chlorine has a benefit. It prevents any sort of biological activity happening in the water supply, but it can create some chemical reactions in the water supply that we have to pay attention to and make certain that those aren't a problem. We do check the depth of ice every day during the wintertime at Heritage Park. And we keep the pond posted as not being safe for skating until we measure at least 4 inches of ice, which we have not measured at all yet this year. I think this morning we were down to about 1.5 inches of ice, so it's clear that the pond is not yet suitable for any sort of, but we definitely pay attention to it. And when we get a good winter, when we get some good ice, in 2 years, it's a kind of it's a nice opportunity for folks to get out there on the pond. But now is definitely not the time to do it.
Next, we take a look at the latest planning board meeting. The board receives a request from the Health Department for a Salvation Army bin to be located behind the Fire Department for donations to benefit local families.
Request for approval, textile collection bin. The Department of Health requests the placement of a textile collection bin at the rear of the Fire Department sketch attached. The textile collection bin will allow the town of East Long Meadow to participate in recycling of clothing, footwear, and houseware textiles, which include curtains, drapes, sheets, blankets, linens, pillows, and stuffed animals. These are valuable items that can be reused as clothing, converted into used cloth, or recycled into new fiber-based products. We would decrease the amount of trash going into landfills by reduced disposal costs for everyone. Placement of a textile bin will also increase our recycling credit from the Mass DEP. Please contact Amy is spelled with 2 E's,
Yes.
with a question or concerns about the bin. Sincerely, Amy Pertowski, Health Director.
So the request is from the health department?
Yes, if you remember, a while ago, the board gave permission, if I may,
Sure.
for the fire department to have a bin at their location, but they
Okay.
never followed through with it, the people that were interested in it. So Paul Morissette has approved of this location, and I'm sure that he will notify her if there's any trash around, and she will immediately call Salvation Army, and they will come and pick it up.
Yeah, because I think that's
She's
one of our
taking full
concerns.
responsibility.
And I think,
And Paul's not gonna allow anything like that to happen on
Oh,
his
yeah.
property, so.
I think it's a great idea.
Make a motion to approve.
I second.
having a motion made and seconded, any further discussion? I think the fact that Amy will be the lead on it will go a long ways to making sure there's no trash put to the outside, so.
Right.
Motion made, seconded, further discussion done, all those in favor?
Aye.
Lastly, highlights from the January 18th Board of Library Trustees meeting.
The Children's Department, I would like to highlight, has a really cute display right now that was actually installed in their department by the writing specialist for Meadowbrook. It features young authors. They will be rotating monthly. One of the young authors that's featured right now is a Storytime graduate from here, and you can stop by and write in comments about, almost like a review about their book, so it's very cute. Upcoming the next month, Children's Department is participating again this year in the Boston Bruins and Board of Commissioners Pajama Drive. And so what they're doing is they request donations of new pajamas, and the MBLC has partnered with an organization called Cradles to Crayons. And this year, I'm excited to announce it is statewide. DCF will be receiving the donated pajamas that they then distribute to children that are in need, so living in transitional housing or other type of settings. Last year, they participated and received 178 pairs of pajamas. And this year, they're participating again as well. We're going to have Pajama Day on February 1st. The staff wants to come dressed in their pajamas. So their goal this year is 200 pairs donated.
DCF is what?
Department of Children and Families.
Children and Families.
And that's a state organization?
Yes, that is statewide, so western region is included.
Probably get a lot of pajamas.
Yeah, they got 178 last year, so I'm
Just
pretty
from here,
excited to
though?
see. Just from
So
here.
just for the whole state?
Statewide, they got almost 1,200.
Wow.
So
Wow.
just
So
our
we did our
donations
part.
alone were,
That's really good.
quite good, yeah. We had on Monday during the holiday, our first ever teen study night. We had 60 students come.
60?
Yes.
That's really good.
Yes.
Great.
Sharon wanted to try it on the holiday after speaking with the superintendent, and we had staff that volunteered to do it. I said, let's do it. And so from 5 to 10, the library was only open to East Long Meadow High School students. They worked together in groups. They cleaned up after themselves. You couldn't ask for a more well-behaved group of library users in the evening hours. So it was special for them. They got to use the space however they wanted
And
to
they
prepare
felt
for
special,
finals.
too, probably.
Yeah, they thought it was cool. They were
Yeah.
getting, backstage access. We'd like to try it again in the spring before spring finals too. Just as a reminder, we do still continue to offer the digital device help on Tuesdays. We had pretty good turnouts every week since I've started. I think I'm in my 5th week now. So if, friends, family members got Kindles or other devices that they don't know how to use as gifts, tell them to bring them in. We'll be happy to help them, show them how to download ebooks, audiobooks. More than happy to help with those things.
Switching gears, we take a look at fire department updates. Applications are now available for those interested in becoming a call firefighter. Participants must be at least 19 years old, reside in East Longmeadow, or within 1 mile of the town line. Selected applicants will go through training programs, physical exams, and more. Applications are available at the fire department and online at eastlongmeadowma.gov. The application deadline is April 7, 2017. For further information, visit the fire department's Facebook page or call 413-525-5430. More fire department news. All residents are welcome to join a special ziti and meatball fundraiser dinner. Every year, the fire department teams up with the Council on Aging to host a special dinner to benefit both departments. Fire Lieutenant Chris Beecher explains.
We're going to be having ziti, meatballs, bread, salad, and then for dessert we'll have cake and ice cream and coffee. Or I will also be doing a 50-50 raffle as well. And all the proceeds will be split between the Firefighters Association and the Council on Aging. In addition to our annual dues, we like to have a little extra money in our accounts so that we can help local organizations as well. And we also do events within the fire department as well that we fund with that money. Tickets are available now. They're available at the Senior Center here at the fire department. And if you know a firefighter, the firefighters all have tickets as well.
Don't miss the ziti and meatball dinner on Saturday, January 28th at 5 p.m. at the Council of Aging. Residents can also find Lieutenant Beecher at the Council on Aging for a fire safety presentation. Lieutenant Beecher will educate guests on identifying potential hazards in your home and how to prevent them. Learn how to keep your family and loved ones safe with simple precautions. The presentation takes place on Friday, January 27th at 11 a.m. at the Council on Aging. To sign up, call 413-525-5436. Now it's time for our weekly segment, Library Learning, where we let you know upcoming library events. First, we learn the secrets of aging well. Dr. Amy Rothenberg will reveal all the aging secrets through a presentation that explains natural approaches for health complaints. Look younger and learn more about aging on January 31st at 11 a.m. in the library community room. Registration is required. The next upcoming library event, Winter Wildlife. A member from Mass Audubon will present Massachusetts Winter Wildlife. Learn animals' population over time, their strategies of surviving winter, and even what birds can be found at your feeder. Join the presentation on Saturday, February 4th at 1 p.m. in the library community room. Registration is required. Stay up to date with library events and services. Don't forget to visit their website with select reads to new book alerts. The website is a virtual learning experience. For those who have a library card, you have access to even more resources such as resume builders, consumer reports, newspapers, and more. Visit eastlongmeadowlibrary.org to take part. More town events are in store. See how you can fill your schedule, have fun, and meet new people. First, let's stretch into an active program with Balance Yoga on Shaker Road. Every Friday, Balance Yoga hosts a free community yoga session. Instructors will teach a meditative yoga style known as Vinyasa Flow Yoga. Immediate benefits include open hips, a clear and focused mind, and a more relaxed body. Come experience it for yourself on Friday at 5:30 p.m. For more information, visit balancewithus.com. Next, take part in a different type of relaxation through painting. All community members are welcome to paint for a purpose. The popular Painting with a Twist studio hosts a class every month to benefit a local charity. This month, proceeds will go towards the Corey J. Garwacki Foundation. Corey Garwacki was born with a rare and life-threatening condition. His daily routine was complicated and included several medical interventions. In 2014, Garwacki passed and the foundation was created to improve the lives of families coping with chronic illnesses. To join in on a great cause, take part on Sunday, January 22nd at 3 p.m. at Painting with a Twist, located on North Main Street. Moving on to another feel-good story. East Longmeadow Boy Scout Troop 275 is hosting a pork luncheon to benefit victims of the Gatlinburg, Tennessee fire. 100% of the proceeds will be sent to a mother and daughter who lost their home and all their belongings due to the fire. Dinner will include pork loin, mashed potatoes, mixed veggies, salad, rolls, and desserts.
We need a lot of people so we can get as much stuff out to this family because they need as much as they can get. We're going to be mostly serving, no cooking for us because that's all handled by the church and all that. So we'll be serving, helping get tables clean and getting people seated and all set.
The Community Pork Luncheon will take place on Sunday, February 5th at 11 a.m. at St. Paul's Lutheran Church on Elm Street. Well, that will do it for this edition of ELCAT News Update. Be sure to stay connected with us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at ELCAT 01028. And don't forget to watch us on cable channels 191, 192, and 193. For cable channel times, make sure to check out our ELCAT program guide. Guides are available at the Town Hall, Library, Senior Center, and through our website at eastlongmeadowma.gov. Also, check your mail as the programs will be delivered monthly within the reminder. Until next time, I'm Courtney Ingalls. Thank you for watching. See you next week.